Are there any big misconceptions that you see right now with AI in regards to marketplaces?
Number one, AI could be a magic wand. You just wave this and then all your troubles go away. It doesn't work that way. So you need to be very specific on a very, um, you need to be very careful about what is the exact thing you're trying to solve. And then you need to kind of build things around it. And most of the time when you think about it, AI is a workflow and then you need to think end to end. For example, it is not just good to have a great algorithm, but how you kind of expose it to your user, how transparent it is for the person on the other end. It is very important to make sure that people understand that you're not going to take their data and then sell it in another marketplace. You're not going to take some personal information and do something nefarious with it. So I would say think about it not as a magic man, but something very specific and intentional that you do to solve a particular user problem. And think of it end to end. Start with what problem you're trying to solve and be very clear and transparent about how you're going to solve about it. And it's always nice to have the transparency built in. That's number one. And number two is this notion that back in the day you have to be an Uber, you have to be somebody else for example, even Thumbtack, to have a huge amount of data for it to be useful to do any of the things that you do, matching, search, and whatnot. But there are amazing algorithms today that kind of address this cold start problem head on, and you don't need ton of data to kind of begin offering solutions. You can start with very, very small. And the way to kind of do that is you can start very, very small. And then I don't know how many of you have kind of used Blue Sky or TikTok. So when you go to Blue Sky or TikTok, based on your first 10 minutes of interaction, Blue Sky was very intentional. It will ask you, select 10 people that you want to follow, and then select 10 messages that you kind of like. Based on it, it kind of builds a profile rather immediately. So at that point in time, remember, it has only 20 data points, but somehow it kind of tries to build a profile. And I would say it is doing an okay job. TikTok is on the other end, where within first 10 minutes of your interaction, they can kind of understand what your intentions are and what you're trying to do. So even at the very beginning, when the data is very limited, don't hold that against you. Go full steam ahead. You can always gather data. The more the customer interacts with you, the more data you'll kind of get. So it's like a chicken and egg problem. You have to start somewhere. All I'm saying is, start at ASAP so you can start gathering that data. So those are the two misconceptions. Number one is it's like a magic wand, not thinking it through as an end-to-end system that solves a particular problem. And number two, this notion that it is expensive or you need to have a ton of data for it to be successful. I mean, neither of that should hold you back in terms of coming up with an AI solution for anything that you're trying to do.